All right, before I solve this exponential equation, it's exponential because we have a number to a power. Yeah. Before I solve that, we need to be familiar with a few more properties of logarithms. We talked about these three, but now there's four more. The natural log of e raised to a power is equal to that power. E raised to the natural log of r, whatever r is just r. R can be anything. The log base a of a raised to the r is just r. And a raised to the power of log base a of r, that is also equal to r. We need to be familiar with these to solve equations, as you'll see in just a minute. So to solve this exponential equations, the first thing you want to do is you want your exponential equal to a number. So here's my exponential, so I need the 2 on the other side. So I add 2 to both sides, and we get 3 to the x plus 1 equals 6. Now you have a few choices here. You could take, I usually take the natural log of both sides, but some people take, because this is a 3, they take the log base 3 of both sides. I'm going to do this both ways. So first, let me call this method 1. Because this is a 3, I'm going to take the log base 3 of 3 to the x plus 1. I'm going to take the log base 3 of both sides. Okay, so we had this, remember, with equations. You can do, if you have an equation, you can do anything to both sides and the result's going to be true. So if we have this, I can take the log base 3 of both sides. I take the log base 3 of 3 to the x plus 1. That equals the log base 3 of 6. So that's what I did. Why did I do that? Because the log base, this rule here, the log base 3 of 3 to the x plus 1 is just x plus 1. That's what this rule says. This is just the log base 3 of x. The log base 3 of 6. And to solve for x, we just subtract 1 from both sides, and we get x is equal to the log base 3 of 6. And then from this result, we subtract 1. Just understand this does not equal the log of base 3 of 5. Okay, this is the log base 3 of 6. Whatever that is, we then subtract 1. Now let me show you another way we could have solved this equation here. So at this point, instead of using log base 3, we could just take the natural log of both sides. Again, if we have anything equal to each other, you can do anything to both sides as long as you do it to both sides. Let's take the natural log of both sides. So I took the natural log of 3 to the x plus 1 equals the natural log of 6. Now, this rule here says I can bring the exponent down in front. So I bring this exponent down in front. Make sure you use parentheses, because that whole thing is multiplied onto the natural log of 3. And now we just solve. So first, let's divide both sides by the natural log of 3. Those cancel. So we get the natural log of 6 over the natural log of 3. This does not simplify. This is not equal to the natural log of 2. I can't cancel the natural logs. You got to leave it like that. And our last step is subtract 1 from both sides. And we get, when I subtract 1, those cancel. And we get x equals the natural log of 6 over the natural log of 3 minus 1. So that is the answer. And if you check this on your calculator or whatever, this answer will be exactly the same as this. So it's just two different ways to get the same end result.